Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of The Adventures of TNT. We're going to be doing a lyrical breakdown to Rush Subdivisions, in which we just checked that out. We enjoyed that song thoroughly. If you haven't seen the reaction, you can go back and watch it
right here.
Yes, or you can go ahead and just hang out with us while we break down these lyrics. Now, essentially, this song was about the life living in the suburbs, and I know it was very relatable to a lot of people. While I was listening to the song, one of the things that I kept thinking about was my life in Canada when I was growing up living in Canada. And this song just had a very happy feeling. It gives you a happy feeling when you listen to it. And it really made me think back of when I was living in Canada, going to school, and I don't know, it just gave me
I got a different
vibes.
feeling. I got where there's subdivision that separates people. I got that.
Yeah,
I got that. I got where it seems happy and perfect, but there's a little unknown to this happy life.
Well, that's exactly what it is living in the suburbs. To one extent, it's like happy-go-lucky, but then there's like a dueling side. So let's go ahead and jump into these lyrics. Babe, you want to go ahead and start off?
Sure. It says, sprawling on the fringes of the city, in geometric order, an insulated border in between the bright lights and the far unlit unknown. And so I was watching a Netflix documentary about how subdivisions and suburbs actually came into play after one of the wars, where they needed somewhere to go that was outside of the city. And so when you see them building these houses, these cookie cutter houses, and so when he said geometric order, that's the first thing I thought about. Cookie cutter, you know, all these houses lined up, and it's perfect. You know, and you think perfect life, everything's in order.
Yes.
And that's the first thing you think about.
Exactly. When you go into the suburbs and you go into these neighborhoods and they have subdivisions, they are like cookie cutter houses. Sometimes they're cookie cutter houses and it just looks like the perfect
geometric shape.
It looks like the perfect area that you just want to grow up in. Alright, so go into the next lyrics.
Growing up, it all seemed so one-sided. Opinions all provided. The future pre-decided, detached and subdivided in the mass production zone.
Oh, damn.
And so when I read that, I was like, I think a lot of people feel like just because you live in the suburbs that your life is perfect. But to have your life predetermined for you, like this is what you're supposed to do. You know, it can be not as happy as you think. You know, because you're not allowed to be yourself. It's like you're predetermined and pre-decided of what you are supposed to do.
I got that too.
Yeah.
All right. So the second part.
Nowhere is the dreamer or the misfit so alone. And so it's like your dreams are taken away from you.
Crush.
Like all those dreams you once had are gone. And you should be happy because you're in the suburbs, but you're really not. And so, you know, you kind of just want to break out. And he said, or the misfit so alone. And you could be that one person that said, I don't want to be cookie cutter. I don't want to stay in the suburbs.
That was me.
I don't want to be divided. I want to have my dreams. You know, and thinking like that can make you a misfit.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that was me. I didn't want to be like everybody else. You know, I wanted to do my own thing. I'm an artist. I'm very creative, and that's just how I felt. I felt alone. You know, and then you end up hanging out with other people who feel and think just like you.
Well, I think in the Netflix documentary or docuseries that them deciding to have a band, and especially with one of the guys who wanted to quit school, he didn't finish high school, and they actually recorded the conversation at the dinner table. And that right there alone is what I thought.
I was shocked that they even had that footage. That was crazy. All right, let's go ahead and keep going.
Okay. It says subdivisions in the high school halls, in the shopping malls, conform or be cast out. Subdivisions in the basement bars, in the backs of cars. Be cool or be cast out.
Yes.
And so right there, it's like you're still having to conform, like whether you're doing your daily chores or shopping in the mall or, you know, making out in the back seat.
You still have to conform what everybody else is doing.
Everyone, and because you might not want to do that.
Right. Yeah.
You might not want to go to the mall. Right. You might want to go in the garage
and join the band.
So it says, any escape might help to smooth the unattractive truth, but the suburbs have no charms to soothe the restless dreams of youth.
Yeah.
So I kind of just feel like they're still talking about themselves. They're young, you know, they have all these dreams and they're trying to make it happen, but you know, they're met with a little bit of resistance because this is not what you're supposed to do. You know, you need to be like everybody else and finish school, go to college, work a job, start a family. Because the drummer, I know he said that he worked for his father, you know, and one thing that I love, his father told him the store will be back, you know, if you decide to come home.
Exactly. You know, it's not going anywhere. So you can basically, if things don't work out, you can just do what I do, or you can just do what you were meant to do.
Run the family business. But I do love how supportive his dad was. Yeah. As opposed to, what's the other guy?
Neil's father was very supportive. I believe it was Alex's mom who was against him joining a band. But
she wanted him to finish high school, and I get that. But at such a young age, he knew what he wanted to do with his life.
It was either Getty or Alex. But I know that they just both had a similar situation where their parents were like, no, you need to go ahead and finish school, and you know, they were just so attached to that dream. All right, go ahead.
So it continues. Drawn like moths, we drift into the city, the timeless old attraction, cruising for the action, lit up like a firefly, just to feel the living night. That's self-explanatory to me.
Yeah, but it reminds me of that scene in the documentary where they were playing in high schools, but eventually they were able to play at a club. Yeah. And the club was like 18 and up, or they lowered the drinking age or something like that. And so it was kind of like they were getting their break into the city. Yeah, going into the city.
Some will sell their dreams for small desires. That's so sad. Or lose the race to rats, the rat race, corporate America. Get caught in ticking traps and start to dream of somewhere to relax their restless flights.
Wow.
Somewhere out of a memory of lighted streets on quiet nights.
Wow. And that's poetic.
Yeah, that's like the person that just didn't do what their heart told them to do, and they just settled for the regular job that everybody else is supposed to do. You know,
that's the majority of us. It's like a lot of times you have these dreams about what you want to do, and you know, you want to do this and you want to be that, and you grow up and you find out that, you know, not everything works out that way, and you just get crushed by the rat race. So like I was saying, this song is very poetic. To me, it's very meaningful, especially when you actually read and see the lyrics for what they are. You just see how beautiful it is. You know, to me, it just makes me appreciate this band a little bit more. They definitely had like an emotional appeal with this song and a lot of people. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this lyrical breakdown of this song. We're going to go ahead and end it right there. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. What did you get from these lyrics, and how does this song make you feel? We would love to hear from you. Yes, and what was your life like in the suburbs? Anyway, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Peace.